Hello everyone. Welcome back to another Commander review for Magic the Gathering. Today we are talking about Takeno Samurai General, who is a legendary human samurai. I'm going to make sure I read any errata text on my phone so I can read it correctly. Human Samurai. It's a 3/3 and it has a mana value of 6, which is a very high mana value, I understand. It's 5 generic and 1 white. And it has Bushido 2. Now, Bushido, like you read here on the screen, really cool effect that applies to all the samurai of the original Kamigawa block. Whenever this creature blocks or becomes blocked, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So, if it had Bushido 1, it would get +1/+1. If it had Bushido 5, it would get +5/+5. And it is important to note that Bushido does not care about how many creatures Takeno is blocking or blocked by. It just cares that it becomes blocked or becomes blocking. So it will only ever trigger once per combat, essentially. And then it has a static ability, which is really cool. Each other samurai you control gets +1/+1 for each point of Bushido it has. And just to clarify, I just wanted to look this up to be very specific. The point of Bushido refers to the number associated with the Bushido. So if a creature had Bushido 1, it would get +1/+1. If it had Bushido 5, it would get +5/+5. And then if that creature becomes blocked or becomes blocking, then it gets the Bushido trigger, which gives it an additional +1/+1 or +5/+5 in those scenarios. So this is a Bushido Anthem effect, which I think is really cool, and it scales with the level of Bushido that your samurai have. So another example would be if you had, is it Golden Tail, Sensei Golden Tail, that gives the training counters? Let me go back. Yes, Sensei Golden Tail puts training counters on your creatures and gives that creature Bushido 1. If you can do that effect over and over and over again onto a creature, those Bushidos stack, so it will get an additional +1/+1 from the Anthem effect, as well as extra Bushido to trigger when it receives those blocking or blocked triggers, which is just so cool. Very creature dependent, but so cool. I love it so much. It's such an interesting Anthem effect that is so unique to Samurai. I really like this commander. No card rulings for this commander. It is very straightforward, so there's no need to explain anything, except for when it refers to points of Bushido, it's just referring to the number associated with that Bushido. Konda's Hatamoto is the card I chose to synergize. Like most of the white samurai cards, I chose this because if you're going to have your samurai commander out, it is legendary. So Konda's Hatamoto will automatically get a boost from having your commander in play, plus the Anthem boost of Takeno, plus the Bushido. And it just gets out of hand. I really like this card with Samurai. Like all the Samurai commanders, I'm building a Samurai Exalted deck. Bushido was this really cool, awesome ability, and I think the way that they evolved from Bushido to the Neon Dynasty Samurai was an amazing evolution, because Bushido does work as a defensive mechanic. So you can keep the majority of your samurai home and just send one super samurai in to fight your opponents. And what better way to do that than with the new Neon Dynasty cards that want you to attack with your creatures alone, plus the Exalted mechanic, which boosts you when your creatures attack alone. And white probably has the best Exalted cards in it, so this is going to be a very fun deck to build around. I cannot wait to play with this deck at my table because it's a combat-focused deck but it focuses on the Exalted Combat style, which is sending in one creature at a time, which my table has not seen for a couple years since the original Exalted Commander left our playgroup a while back. So this is a really, really cool deck idea. I can't wait to play with it. A popular deck idea on EDH Rec. Obviously, you want to keep your Samurai in this deck because you want that Bushido Anthem to grow your Samurai. However, it does focus a lot on human tokens specifically. You want to go wide with this deck, and I think the goal is make an army of human tokens, send those in for the offense, and then you leave your Bushido Samurai back to defend. Or you do it the inverse, you can do it either way. You send in your big anthemed Bushido Samurai in, and then you leave your tokens back for defense. Either way, you can do some fun combat shenanigans. And then lastly, a weird janky deck idea. Usually when I come across these kind of Anthem commanders, I do think it's a lot of fun to play cloning effects in the deck, especially if it's in a color that doesn't have clones, like blue. So a mono-white clone deck would be a lot of fun, where you want to make as many token copies of Takeno as possible, and since they give other samurai the Anthem effect, they will give each other the Anthem effect, which is a +2/+2. So if you get two of them in play, they're giving each other +2/+2. You get a third one in play, they're giving each other +4/+4, +6/+6, +8/+8, and it just gets insane. And white has great ways to not only make more tokens like you see on the screen here with Populate and a newer card, Renewed Solidarity, but I didn't put this in this video, but white also has great ways of taking advantage of when you make tokens, you get these benefits, like we've seen from Bloomburrow set. It loves it when you make tokens and you get to draw cards and do cool things when you make tokens. So, very fun deck. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this archetype. And that is going to do it for Takeno Samurai General, a Bushido Anthem focused commander. Really cool and surprisingly very popular to build around, mostly just because you can build a lot of different aggro strategies with this commander. So it does have the rank of S because there are a lot of decks that you can build around with this commander. Really cool stuff. Obviously it's very expensive, so be careful and smart when you play this commander, because if it has to go back to the command zone, it's going to go from 6 mana to 8 mana, then to 10 mana. So be smart when you play this commander, but it does give a huge boost of power to all your other samurai, which is really, really cool. Aside from that, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything I missed or I did not talk about, maybe cards that synergize well with this commander that I did not mention. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!